Could you tell us about any of the other industries in Eccles that your company supplied with stationery, printing materials?
And of course we supplied many. Swinton insurance brokers were one, several others, gardeners, you can name most of the big companies we supplied. But one that comes to mind at the moment is a company called Seaton Products. And although they weren't a Salford company as such, they had some quite close connections. And Seaton Products was a company owned by another refugee. This refugee, though, his name was Stoller, Ivor Stoller, and he came over with the proverbial £5 in his pocket and nothing else. And one night during the Blitz, he is sitting in a shelter somewhere with a pair of gloves on because it was winter, and they were the woolen knitted type gloves, and he managed to make a real mess of them and a finger came off. So he put the finger on one of his fingers and twisted it, and he realised when he twisted it, it gripped his finger. So he, there and then, invented tubular bandages. And when the war was over, he set up a business called Seaton Products, manufacturers of tubular bandages. And the tubular bandage went on your finger, because of course that's where the idea came from. He invented an applicator, not very difficult to do that. But if you compare that then with today, where you can have a Seaton tubular bandage to cover the whole of your body, that one finger was the beginning to something. Anyway, the Ivor Stoller's connection with this area is his interest in Bridgewater School in Worsley. And at one time he was chairman of the governors, who, as it happened in the early days, used to meet in my home and in the dining room beneath my bedroom, where sound travels, not that sound. It's a nice tune it plays anyway. So I was always aware of what was going on in the early days of the formation of Bridgewater School, and he played a major part. He also smoked big expensive Havana cigars, and our house used to reek of Havana cigars. It was lovely. And but I knew what was going on, and I was the first to know how much, when Drywood Hall came on the market, how much it was going for and what they planned to do and everything. And I think, and I don't know for definite, but I think I managed to keep it secret. So I was going to school knowing that we were going to be moving.
Inside information.
Inside information, indeed. And anyway, he stayed with it. He invested time, effort and money into the early days of Bridgewater. Now it's a multi-million-pound operation. It had to start somewhere, and it started with a few disappointed parents who were prepared to put a lot of effort and a certain amount of money into an idea they had. They didn't know if it would work, but they weren't happy with the education that their children were receiving, and set about forming Bridgewater School. And Ivor Stoller was chairman of the governors for quite some time, until in the end it was decided it wasn't really fair. They didn't have a child at school, so they had a vote and found another one. But it hadn't been for him, I don't know whether Bridgewater School would have ever been founded. He was a great guy.
just flying off at a tangent. I've got a booklet here from 1966, the official Eccles Town Guide. Yeah, this is the booklet we was talking about. It's the, you can make that out.
There are probably a few of those books still around. I've got one at home.
Archibald Edmistons of Patrickcroft. What struck me initially was the number of companies in it, but the companies now that have gone from Eccles, you've got the Gardeners,
Customer
Wayne store. Were these customers of
Yeah.
yours? How did you recognise them? I don't help me there, did you? Mr. Collins, hairstylist. Heavies, Patrickcroft, they're still there, aren't they, on Corner Street?
Customer.
Progress
Customer.
Motors.
Customer, yeah.
It's like Tick,
Customer.
Trippiers,
Yeah.
Ivan
Yeah.
Samuels,
Customer.
Bradley's Scrap Metals.
Yeah, we did a bit of
you?
that. I think we sent them an old printing machine once. That
Difference.
reminds me, I don't think we ever got paid for it.
Yeah, it's. I think it's fascinating looking through these old books. It's not
That
old, really,
isn't-
is it, when you think about it?
In the terms of time, it isn't, but in the short space of time between when that was printed and now,
Well, if you look at
you're right, an awful lot has gone.
the industry in Eccles has declined terribly, hasn't it? The ROF, say,
They were a customer.
Gardeners, Mitchell and Shackletons. Oh,
May I correct you on that one?
No, by all means.
Mitchell Shackleton.
Mitchell Shackleton.
No and.
I thought it was Mitchell and Shackleton.
No,
Was that
Mitchell
corrected?
It's all right. You stand. You now got one up. You can have a go at me now.
Protector Lighting Company.
Protector Lamp and Lighting.
That's gone as well.
Dennis
hasn't it?
Laresh.
England, Hughes and Bell.
Yes, paints.
And you
Yes.
supplied all these companies with
They were all
stationery.
customers of commercial stationery, ordinary stationery, yeah, and furniture.
And all gone.